Don't worry about it. Hi, welcome back to Overwatch Talks, the podcast all about Overwatch. I have with me Mr. Mirror Bright cosplayer and streamer extraordinaire.
Hello.
Nice to have you on the show.
Hey.
Unfortunately, we can't have Arden on tonight. She's kind of busy right now, but you'll do just fine. I know it.
Oh, great. Thank you. Got big
So
shoes to fill.
it's been a while since the last episode, so we're gonna have to go over a few things that were skipped. But I want to pick up with the patch notes as per usual. But first, let's do our little rant section. So what's been bothering you lately in Overwatch?
What's been bothering me is I haven't had a chance to play much since the new season came out. The anniversary event is going on right now, and so like every Monday when the arcade resets, I get my loot boxes pretty quickly. We'll talk about it later, but I love the tweaks to the game types in the arcade. But I haven't been able to play much. I placed in gold for season 5, which is kind of a bummer, but to be expected since I kind of ended last season in gold after climbing to platinum.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a chance to really sit down and play. Probably get a chance to play tonight, maybe a little bit tomorrow, but that's pretty much my big rant right now. I haven't had a chance to play season 5 as much as I want to.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. You made it to platinum. You have a season high,
Yeah.
so that's good.
No, I was very, very happy that I made it to platinum. Actually, pretty early in the season last season. So that was my goal, make it to platinum. I'd like to make the diamond this season. I don't know if it'll happen. I don't know if we get to play enough.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
I think making it back to platinum is definitely doable.
Well, good on you. I mean, it's been going on with me. It's been pretty usual. I'm just trying to get more characters under my belt. I have a new setup, kind of, so I'm still trying to get used to it. I'm messing with like DPI and mouse sensitivity and trying to get it right for each character. Because Lord knows I play with all these different characters and I have to have a different sensitivity for each one. It's awful, and it's kind of just messed up my competitive play a little bit, so I'm kind of leaning off that for now until I've got these numbers right. Okay, so let's move on to the patch notes. Usually I have Arden cover this, but I'll go ahead and do this today. So we've got a whole bunch of buffs coming through and a handful of nerfs.
Now,
And
a lot of these are still in PTR, right?
some of them are, some of them are not.
Okay.
So for Hanzo, I'm going to put Hanzo first because he's my bae. Um,
Hmm.
he keeps his shot charged when he climbs the wall, so I've been playing with that a little bit. Um, but what makes me more excited is the 10% faster drawback, because I think for many months now I've been saying it just feels too slow. Like, if there's a soldier running at you and you miss your first shot, it takes so long to draw the next shot, you're probably going to be dead by the time you can fire it off. So I was like, just a little bit quicker and I would enjoy that. And Blizzard went ahead and put that through to live, so I'm really happy about that. And I've been playing him. I played him just today and yesterday as well, and I've been getting a lot of kills with Hanzo, so it feels real
Nice.
good. Uh, there was Orisa, where her damage was nerfed by 9%, almost 10%, which is,
Yeah.
it makes a difference.
A lot of people, including myself, didn't really get this. Well, it's a buff, but it's also a nerf, nerfing the damage and taking the barrier cooldown a little bit lower, which is great. But it was like if she was needing anything, it was the opposite. Little bit more damage, maybe, but the barrier cooldown is kind of nice because you can get those out there pretty quickly.
Mhm.
Had a fun game the other day as Orisa, and we were playing. It was King of the Hill, and we had a Torbjorn on our team, and it was just a lot of fun. Every time I put a barrier in front of the Torbjorn's turret, the player would say thanks. It just made my day. Over and over and over again. Made it a lot of fun, and we won. It was a good synergy. So
I like playing with Orisa. She's fun. But
I
as you
do
can
too.
probably tell, she didn't perform as well as people would like her in competitive play. And that's for multiple reasons. But I
Yeah,
think
you see her occasionally in competitive. I still think she's pretty powerful. People just haven't figured her out yet.
I think
Was
what I think with how the people want to use her and how Blizzard expects her to be used kind of differs. I think,
Yeah.
Blizzard's still trying to hold fast to trying to have a substitute for Reinhardt. And they said in the patch notes, I believe, that it would make her more of a viable pick to Reinhardt. It just in the latest patch, and I was like,
Mm. They're a little different. They're still a little different.
well, the thing is they
But
nerfed her damage and buffed her barrier, so her barrier is up a lot more often. So
mhm.
that because the thing was is she
That's
can't
probably
shield you
why.
like
Yeah.
Reinhardt can, and so to make her more viable to him, they buffed her shield, but they can't buff the shield without nerfing the damage. Now, what I'm afraid of, and I've heard a lot of YouTubers say this, is like a barrier meta, and I saw it just today actually, where there was a Reinhardt shield and an Orisa barrier and a Symmetra barrier, and I was like, holy hell. There was
Yep.
literally no way we could break through it. You had to flank around, and Symmetra turrets made that kind of difficult to do.
Now,
So,
people, that's probably a little easier than people make it out to be. It's just, when you get these really, really off meta picks and they execute them like that or protect the president, people panic and they think, oh, what do we do? Oh, we need a Genji. And, and like someone who's not good at Genji picks Genji and it doesn't work out well. It's more of a, okay, let's think, let's still pick characters we're good with, but let's think about it and anticipate what they're doing and execute a plan against it.
that's true. But, the thing is with Orisa's barrier, it has 900 health, but now that it has an 8-second cooldown, that's only 2 seconds more than Winston's jump, to put that in perspective. Um, or it's like equivalent to Roadhog's hook. You can basically use it all the time. And oftentimes you can replace it before it even breaks,
Yeah.
especially if there's like a Reinhardt barrier in front of you or a Symmetra barrier. And I don't want that to necessarily be the meta, whether it is OP or not, because it's kind of just disgusting. But, I like a little more dancing and a little more uh, firefighting, but whatever, man. But basically, that's Orisa. She has been kind of struggling, though, because the meta leans toward flanking characters now. Like, Tracer and Genji are really hot currently in the meta,
Hmm.
which is kind of the anti-Orisa when it comes to 2CP. So, hopefully, hopefully it all works out. And then we have Reaper's buff, which I can appreciate. I played Reaper today for the first time in like a couple months, and it was we won, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
They're trying to rework him a little bit more, so he's picked a little bit more. And I like the changes. It'll be interesting to see. I wonder if they'll, when he shoots and he does damage, he gets a percentage. Like, is it 20%
yeah,
of the
that's the
damage done as his
PTR right
health?
now.
It'll be nice to see if they up that a little bit more. But we'll see.
Yeah,
It would be nice to see Reaper picked a little bit more.
the trouble I see with Reaper when I play him is, you're close range, so you've got to get in close, and the only way out is the Wraith form.
Hmm.
Now, if for any reason you don't have Wraith form or whatever, and you're fighting someone like a soldier or a roadhog, then you need to sometimes you can't get that soul until after they're dead, you know. And so with what's being proposed in the PTR right now, it will give you health as you fight instead of health at the end after it's over, which helps you during the sustain, but debatably people have argued that you get less health overall with that system. But I think it's good because I'd rather have the health in the fight than afterwards.
Yeah, I would too.
So that's nice. But as far as Wraith form goes, it's a nice quality of life thing. Um, who else was on here? We have Reinhardt nerfs.
Reinhardt.
I'm okay with it. You
It's
know,
not really a nerf though. It's not really a nerf. The Earth Shatter height being reduced from 3 to 2. I think it's more of a fix. That was something that was broken. It's frustrating playing Pharah and just hovering in the air and getting hit by the Earth Shatter when it feel like it should be closer to the ground. So I don't see this as a nerf, more of a fix to something that should have been fixed a long time ago.
yeah. It was such a minor problem though. Like nobody really created an uproar about it, in the way Bastion was broken.
Right,
But
except for when it happens, you get people yelling into the mic.
yeah, they'll yell, but then they very quickly forget about it, and then once the game's done, they're like, whatever. But I've been hammered down wrongfully so many times. I was like in the height, like the apex of my double jump as Genji, and he'd still hit me, and I was like, what? So, but it never bothered me that much. But I'm glad that it got reduced a little bit. That was kind of bullshit. uh, then the soldier nerfs, another slight nerf where they nerfed him just 1 damage. So his clip now does 25 damage less in total.
So
But
is this live right now?
yes, this is live.
Interesting. Yeah. I guess I haven't been playing Soldier much this season, so I haven't really noticed. But yeah, that kind of helps a lot of heroes, especially my main Pharah. It takes one more hit. You get hit one more shot to take her down. So it looks like not much, but it's pretty significant.
Yeah, it. Overwatch is a game where wins and losses are decided by the millisecond, and one bullet can be that difference in many cases. So, yeah, but we'll see how it pans out. I've been playing Soldier a little less now. I've been playing a lot more Genji and a little more Widowmaker, so just to get around that hill. And then we have the anniversary event going on right now, which is
Yeah, it's
pretty
been a lot of fun.
bomb. But people are a little yeah about it because there's no game mode with it. There was no
Well,
hero release with it. But and the emotes, people love it, but they're exclusive to the anniversary event.
I bet they change that though. Yeah, I think enough people want it that eventually they'll release it like they did the police skin for Diva and the Oni skin for Genji. That because you gotta have more of a chance to get it than once a year. I know I'm gonna buy a couple of dance skins and a couple of legendaries before the event ends next week, but I bet they changed that. I There's no new game mode, but they did tweak a couple of the games in the arcade, which I absolutely love. The new 1v1, the new 3v3. 3v3 is so much fun now because it's not the same people picking. It's not Roadhog, Ana, and Soldier over and over and over again. It's they make you can win it once, but then you kind of had your shot, and now you got to pick other heroes that you're good with. It's a lot of fun.
I agree
I really like that.
100%. I love every single change that they've put into the arcade
Yeah.
modes as of now.
And I really hope they keep that. I think they will. It's so much better game. It's a lot more fun.
And finally, it kind of encourages people to be a little more flexible, as like Blizzard's never really done anything in the game to really push you to be more flexible in your character choice. With you just being able to repeat characters in all the arcade game modes and whatnot, with the exception of the mystery heroes. And
Which
I was
they might
like,
be tweaking that soon.
hopefully, maybe, quite
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I read. They're looking at different ways to tweak it so it's not so random.
It's a little. Sometimes it's a hopeless situation.
Right. It is, and so I think they're going to. What I read is they're thinking about modifying it, about making it not so random, and so the other team can't end up with 5 divas on their team. Is the example they gave, to make it so it's a little more balanced but still random.
That's good. I could do with that little bit of a change. But it's arcade, so I'm
Yeah,
lax
it's for
about it.
fun. It's for fun. It just
Quality of life. But yeah, personally, I'm not too upset about the dances kind of being exclusive to the event. I'm pretty sure that they'll become available at some further point in time. But as of right now, Blizzard is saying or Jeff Kaplan says that he wants to keep it within this time frame. But they are giving us the double XP weekend to kind of make up for this limited time, which I think just gives value to the emotes, which I always enjoy. I want to, I feel like Overwatch is one of the few games where the skins I have and the emotes I have some kind of value to it, instead of, just anyone being able
That's
to pick
true.
it up whenever. So I can appreciate it.
Man, I've gotten 3 legendaries out of this event. I got the Genji skin, I got the Hanzo skin. I don't play those heroes. And then I got the Genji skin again, which is another thing people have started to complain about is duplicates during events. and also getting non-event skins during events. And it really is frustrating to pop that legendary, but hey, it's a skin that I can get, any other time, or it's a duplicate of a event that of a skin I've already have when during this limited time frame where it's at, what is it, 1 out of 10 boxes have a
It's
legendary
like 1 out
on
of
average.
13, I think. Like
Yeah.
1 out of 12, 1 out of 13.
So yeah, they might be tweaking that a little bit, which I hope they do, because I mean it's a great business model. Every time an event comes along, I buy at least 10 boxes myself because I want to get the skins. It's enjoyable. They're neat, and I don't mind supporting a good team like that and paying a little extra. But uh, there's a little tweaks they can do that make it a little more enjoyable, but they won't. I don't think they'd lose any revenue from it.
Yeah, I think what's being proposed by the community right now is the duplicate situation where typically you get a fourth of what the item is valued at. So if you get, let's say, Hanzo's Young Master skin as a duplicate, you get 250 out of the 1,000, which is fair. Um, but the thing is, with seasonal skins and event skins, they cost 3,000, but you still only get the 250 as duplicate,
Hmm.
which is the real problem.
Yeah.
Um, as for regular skins being drawn, I mean, I guess I'm okay with it. It happened to me. In this event, I got the Soldier's Commando skin, and I was like, I just kind of cried. But at the same time, I was like, like it's okay because these kind of things just add more value to the skins, and I'll get the skins one way or another. If I have to buy loot boxes, I will, and I don't mind because that's what keeps them from forcing DLC down our throat for money.
Yeah.
So, it's a good game. I'll reward them for it, but yeah, that's kind of the situation with the event right now.
One weekend left.
Yes, I think on the 12th I'm just going to start buying the boxes because I honestly haven't gotten very many things from the event so far. I've gotten Hanzo's Dance, and think that's the. I think I have one other. I have one other dance, I think, but that's about it. Okay. So let's move on from patch notes to competitive. So season 4 has just ended recently. How did you do?
Like I said, my high was in platinum. I was very happy. Then I got a little tilted. I didn't have very good not behavior, but what's the word I'm looking for? Playing patterns where I didn't take many breaks, so I got tilted very easily, um, and went on big losing streaks and didn't take breaks during those losing streaks, which I think contributed. And I played a lot more poorly, so I went on a big losing streak and ended in gold, which is fine. Um, but yeah, I made platinum. My season high, was what 2666, I think,
That's pretty good.
which yeah, it is, and it's funny hearing people. I've been seeing people online get a grandmasters giving crap to like masters and diamonds. I'm like,
This is why you're
y'all
still in Diamond Scrub.
y'all need to simmer down just a little bit on this. It's not as big of a deal as you think. But hey, if that's where my actual skill is, and if it's true, then that's where it is. Um, I still think it's a little bit of more. You're so reliant on your teammates and having good teammates that actually play the game well.
Hmm.
That if you don't, you can be the best player in the world, and there's nothing you can do if you have even two other teammates that are doing very poorly or don't play the game together as a team, and then you get teammates that curse you out because you didn't pick the hero that they wanted you to pick, or you made a mistake or whatever. But it's a long game. Each match is 15 minutes, and it's not one mistake usually doesn't cost the game, especially like on payload maps.
Hmm.
But it's a team game. People get really upset. I tell them, hey, it's a team game. You got to pick team characters and play with a team, and then you also have to pick characters that counter the other team. And if you don't do that, then it's not going to work very well.
Yeah, and it's, when you go through YouTube and watch coaching videos that are done on the internet, it kind of insane how many mistakes people make and they have no clue. They
Yeah,
think, I'm the one carrying, I'm getting all the kills, this sucks to be me. But
I
then when
got
you
gold
watch,
medals.
but
Look
then,
at all my gold medals.
but then
Like,
when
yeah, you're
they,
playing soldier.
when
You
they
should
get
be having. If you don't have gold damage and gold limbs as soldier, you're doing something wrong.
you're not the DPS. But when they send in these clips of themselves, like, why didn't I carry? It sucks to be me. And these coaches review the footage and they're like, bro, you suck. And they had no clue.
The
Um,
game setup. The game setup so typically no one player carries.
yeah.
That's.
It,
I mean, it can. It
usually people
happens.
who are quote unquote carrying have some kind of support
Has
structure.
support and the other team isn't playing well.
That
And so,
too.
and especially someone like with a DPS can just damage, and no one's countering them. Yeah, of course, it's easy to look like you're carrying. But in a fair fight, you're not going to really see one teammate carrying without support, like you said.
The numbers just kind of make that impossible. It's really difficult. With
Hmm.
only 200 health and you can only put out so much damage per second, you can only do so much as a single player. But yeah, I guess season 4, I reached 2506, just barely in platinum. I kind of took a break there. For the majority of the season, I had duo queued with Arden, who was a support main. So was she in bronze or silver? I can't
I
remember.
think we all placed in silver last season.
I placed in silver too.
I know I did.
Yeah, I did. So she and I duo queued, and we kind of just stuck to that. We triple queued every once in a while, but we didn't like the results from that, so we kind of just stuck together. And the system in which we kind of did it was I played Soldier, she played Mercy or Anna. Mostly Mercy, of course, since that's her best character. And basically, she did such an awesome job. She would make sure that the team is healed up, but she also made sure that she gave me the edge I needed to bring out my full potential as a DPS. And so, she's healing the team, and I say, she already knows the plays. Like, I'm teaching her like
Hmm.
my plays as we go along. So when I say Lexi round back, she knows exactly what I mean. So I go around the back with my ult, and she powers me up, whatever. And we had synergy through that. But there came a point around like 2400 is where we really got stuck. And the problem is that I'm in Discord with her and I'm in the team chat in game at the same time. And I have such a hard time switching between
Yeah,
the two that I'm not like I subconsciously start trying to carry rather than communicate.
yeah.
And I don't
That's something
realize it until after the game's over.
that's something I've been trying to work a lot better on during my this latest placement matches. Uh, were you? No, I don't think you were getting. I think it was me and Majora. Um, we played on a game, and we played on a guy who was very active on comms, and we all played very well, of course, and he kind of carried because he was really good. But you looked at his account, and he didn't play last season. He didn't. That was his first comp season. So after the game, I said, "Hey man, uh, on your non-Smurf account, what SR are you?" Oh, he's like, "Yeah, I'm Masters." Uh,
Wow.
I was like, "Yeah, you could tell," and he was just calling out plays. And then people were following and understand what's going on. So that's something I need to work on a lot better on, is calling that out. It's not very natural to me, especially when you're doing push to talk and calling that out and being on Discord or TeamSpeak. But yeah, that's something I need to work on. I don't know if I should just go open mic or rebind my uh, uh,
Your push to talk.
push to talk. But yeah, that is something I think that would help in rising above gold and platinum.
Yeah. And that was just a little thing I noticed. And I think that's what really got us stuck at 2400. Where it was just easier for me to yell in the mic at Lexi and complain than it was to like, having someone to vent to kind of incentivized me not to communicate, and that got us stuck. So then I started solo queuing for one night, and I went from 2300 to 2506, and she was pissed at me, but
Yeah. Yes,
but
we know.
but being without that distraction there, without having someone to vent to, I was very much focused on communicating because I knew if I didn't, we were going to lose. So I was making much more efficient calls, and that was basically what came of it. But so that's what I need to work on. But in any case, um, so I met my goal. My goal was to just get to plat.
Same
So
here.
I
I was
got
very
there.
happy.
But I think I'm done with just getting to plat, and I need to actually, get really into plat, not just like barely
Yeah.
skimming the edge.
Well,
So
that means you got to play, man.
I actually have to play more. Yes, I really do. Um, so as far as what characters were you playing in the season?
I was playing a lot of Pharah. A
Farah?
lot of Pharah. Occasionally try to be Symmetra on a couple capture points. Uh, and a little bit of Mercy.
It's
I think
always good
those
to
are my
have a little bit of mercy.
three main characters, but mostly Pharah.
Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised how little I played Zarya this season. I decided to go like all in DPS, and I put a vast majority of my hours into Soldier 76. And if Soldier didn't work, I would pick Pharah as my second, and then and then I flexed from then on. So if I had to, it was Soldier, Pharah, and then Anna. That was the top three. Just because people force me onto support sometimes, and you have to be able to do that. So yeah, it went well. But as far as the meta goes, season 4 was pretty nice. There was no triple tank or any bullshit like that. It was a lot of mixed comps.
Yeah, I was trying to think, but the meta would be when the meta was down, especially where we were in gold and platinum, and it really wasn't. It was still pretty at 2-2-2.
Hmm. There, I saw some triple DPS.
I did see triple DPS.
I saw a little bit of triple tank. I saw a lot of 2-2-2. And it was nice because in the triple tank meta, really Anna was the only support viable at the time. And a
Yep.
lot of characters that were flankers like Genji and Tracer struggled. But now that we're back to 2-2-2 and triple DPS, I'm able to finally start playing with Genji and Tracer, and Mercy's amazing now. So I'm really
Yeah.
happy about that. But with season 5, I think Blizzard's trying to bring some new characters to the meta here. They keep touching Roadhog. They keep touching him,
Yeah.
and
Well, he's in the right hands. He's someone that he can one shot kill. He can heal himself. He's got a ton of health, and so it's the other day I was watching Seagull play, and it was just really funny because the first couple of games he was playing, it was just like crap teams. It was seriously like a lower gold game where there's no one talking, no synergy, no meshing picks or anything like that. And it was just funny watching me get frustrated. It's like, hey, I deal with this every day. Yes. So he said, screw it, and he went Roadhog. And we were saying that he can't really carry, but he kind of did. He just kept picking off squishies left and right and making it a lot easier for the rest of his team. So they keep nerfing because he can do that, and their goal is like if you're doing picks for a sporting event, if you're doing a betting line, they want equal usage out of every character, and which is makes it more fun for everybody. I think.
it's a
I
nice
think that's
ideal.
it's a nice ideal to get to. They'll never get to that because more characters will be more fun to play, and more will always have more damage. More certain characters would fit more into your classic
You need tech picks. You need characters for
yeah,
specific
first person
situations.
shooter, like Soldier and Farah. But yeah, that's why they keep touching him because he's. I'm not going to use the term overpowered because if you
He's very
count.
abusable.
He's abusable, and you can counter him if you put your mind to it. That's when the beauty of this game is everybody is counterable if you just gotta put your
It's
mind to
all
it.
up here.
And yeah, it really is. Um, the expected meta here, the season 5, you're seeing Winston being used a lot more now.
Yes.
One people like me have figured out that he's a lot of fun to play. Uh, and in the pro scene, you're seeing a lot of dive comps with Winston and Zenyatta, and a lot of Genji and Tracer, and a lot of Lucio. Um, who am I missing?
Reaper's back in now.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah, so you're seeing a lot of that quick get on the point thing. So you're seeing a lot of Winston being played of the pro ranks, and that's going to trickle down a little bit. I do like playing dive, but people don't really know how to play dive in gold because it's still, hey, let's run in and shoot things, uh, which sometimes can work,
Just depends on
But
how badly the enemies play.
right, but yeah, instead of whatever.
Well,
So yeah,
fair
so
enough.
that's kind of what I'm seeing a lot. I'm still seeing a lot of 222. If you go into quick play, then you see a lot of pick where the heck you want to pick.
Do you think so? That's we've kind of established the meta. We have like the characters who are on top right now. But do you think there are any sleeper picks that you have up your sleeve for this meta?
I think as people keep learning Sombra, I think she's gonna be more and more viable. I was playing a game the other day with as Mercy, and this Sombra just kept getting behind us and hacking me, and I couldn't fly anywhere. You can't fly to people. You can still heal, but you can't fly to anybody. You can't, res. You can't do anything like that. And it was just very frustrating, to say the least. I think more and more people get used to playing her and Orisa, and then that might, cause a little bit of a tweak in the meta. Um, but besides that, no. It's still in low gold, mid gold. You're still picking. Hey, I want to play these characters. I'm going to pick these characters.
I think you nailed it right on the head for me. I was hoping you would say Sombra. I've been playing a lot of Sombra lately, and I've had my past evaluations of her, and I've said at first when she was kind of released for about 2 months, I said there's no way, there's just no way. Um, and then later on down the line, I said, yeah, I'm seeing that there's a possibility that she could be viable. It just takes a lot of coordination and a lot of teamwork to make it happen. And then now she's basically another. I've kind of gotten her underneath my belt of mains, where I'm playing her in competitive now, and God, she's just so strong now. Like it's crazy because I never die. I just never die as Sombra because I keep teleporting out. And the thing is people treat her like a DPS, and it's very unique how you play her. I constantly just hack all the health packs on the map, and then my teammates charge up my ult by getting the health packs, and I just keep plunking down my teleport on a health pack. I go in, hack someone, spray them, teleport out, and repeat the process, and it will cause their entire team to crumble. It's insane. Um, so it's been a lot of fun. But I think another one that's been failed to mention is May. I think actually right now she's kind of a sleeper pick. No, like in the fact that if you know how to really play her, God, people will scream at you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. She's probably my favorite character to play. Always has been. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna learn May. It's a lot of fun.
Like
You're seeing a lot of people use her right click more often, kind of as a headshot artist,
I've
and
noticed that a lot more.
I think that's what takes her from being good with May to being great with May. Because if you can routinely hit those right clicks, then it's more powerful, and you can't charge against her because she'll just freeze you.
Yeah.
Um, and it's really frustrating, and I know, and I mean I love playing this May.
Her
I mean,
ability to split the enemy with the wall as well, like walling people
mhm.
off, it's just insane. And I don't
That,
think not many people have mastered the ability to really split teams.
right,
I see it occasionally at Hanamura where they'll just wall it off when
right.
Reinhardt goes through.
That's the easiest one, yeah.
But that's about as much as I see. But when people can do it on any map, it's really scary. I'm not good enough at May to do it, but the third one that I'm really excited about is the possibility of Hanzo becoming a little more popular. I've kind of shunned Hanzo for a long time now, and I kind of secretly play him in quick place every once in a while as a little cheeky pick.
Yeah.
But I've been playing him in competitive again, and I have been scaring the shit out of people with it. I've been getting like, it's been like, just today I was playing with a friend named Alice, and I kid you not, we captured point A and B in Volskaya in less than 4 minutes. Like in 3 minutes, we took both points, and because all I had to do was just go in, pick off 2 or 3 people, and then we take the point, and we did that twice.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's Hanzo's really scary now, but you know, I don't know if
It's so easy to kill people as Hanzo that your hitboxes are that huge, and
the thing is
his
the
shadow
only
arrow is
thing
complete
that's
DS, and
the only thing he
it's
has to worry about right now is the dive meta, where if Winston
yeah,
jumps on him, he's in trouble.
yeah,
But
he's
if
gone.
you play him correctly and you position yourself right, you won't have much of a problem. So,
And that's what yeah, I mean that's true about any character. It's what 75% positioning and 50% skill.
because that math adds up. Yes, you were right. You are 150% right.
Of course.
So, as of right now, duo queuing and solo queuing is still better than six stacking. Makes me really
Yeah,
sad. I've been
it's
wanting
just
to kind of.
and if you can get a good six stack, you can just rake it up. But I mean, you
The
gotta get a
math
good
gets
six
put
stack.
against you, yeah.
But if you have a good team,
Well, six stacking would work if everyone's six stacked. Because the thing is, with nobody six stacking, because six stacking is theoretically bad, that means your six stack will go up against solo queuers, and
which is fine.
which
In
is
theory,
fine.
you're supposed to have a team. If you have an actual team that knows each other and knows how to play together, and so that you're already having your picks mesh, and you already know how to position, and you already know how to counter different characters on the other team, then yeah, you should be able to rake everyone over. I'm not talking about six stacking with randoms.
Yeah, but but um, if you are not prepared as a six stack, if you are not playing like a real team would professionally, then
Hmm.
the system assumes you are and will put you against really big SR disadvantages, where players individually on the other team are better than you, but hopefully your teamwork will pull through. Um, but if everyone's six stacked, you'd go up against six stacks with the same SR and it would be fun. But
Yep.
unfortunately, that's not the case. So
Nope.
I'm kind of just sticking to duo queuing and single queuing. So yeah, basically what I learned is I need to work on communication, and I'm just improving my aim right now. I feel like my positioning and my target prioritization is really on point now after watching months worth of coaching videos. But watching as many videos as I want will not improve my accuracy. So I feel like that's really the next step that I need
Yeah.
to take to move up. So I went on Steam and I bought a program called Aim Hero,
Hmm.
and it's basically like a simulator for you to practice your aim, and it lets you import your sensitivity settings from Overwatch. So I've been using that, and I've noticed a really big difference. My McCree accuracy average has moved from 46% to 52%. So I'm seeing improvement.
Okay.
That might also have something to do with my mouse, but my new mouse.
Brand
Uh,
new mouse and keyboard
yeah, it
with a 200 SR gain guaranteed.
feels really good, man. Let's talk about synergy, right? So let's talk about when you're playing competitively, there's people who try to solo carry, and there are people who try to communicate. And what are the things that you can do to communicate that takes you from gold to diamond? And I think what you would notice is ult economy and synergy between your team. Today, I've played multiple matches where I looked at our team and I said, we have no ult combos. There was like a Roadhog, there was Whole Hog, there was Tack Visor, there was Resurrect, there was Dragons, and none of them really go together. So uh, we just kind of, won through pure individual skill. But I think when I play competitive, I try to think who should I play to combo with someone. Um, and you and I have done this together as well, where I played Zarya, you play Pharah, and we did like 3 team wipes on Dorado.
It was beautiful.
It was absolutely beautiful. But I don't really get to always have that pleasure with randoms. So I think what we could talk about to really help people is pick a character. Not when you look at the character select screen, don't just think who's your best character necessarily, but
Hmm.
think who is a main of yours that pairs well with so and so. Zarya is one of my strongest characters in my arsenal, and so when I play in a team setting, I'll often pick her for the graviton, and I will look at career profiles and ask people, if someone's a Hanzo main, I will tell them, hey, you want to play Hanzo and
Right.
Dragon Grav with me? So that is something I do, and that's where I see my biggest improvements. So at least for SR. So I think just letting people out there know when you're on the character select screen, think ult pairs and pick your character with that in mind. Not based on that solely, but with it in mind. Um, but then where you can go to take that further, and that's where it's nice to duo queue. When I duo queue with you, it makes ult pairing easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Mm. Yeah,
So
and that goes back to what I was talking about earlier about communication. This game is positioning. It's also ult economy. You'll hear that term. What ults does the other team probably have? Oh, they have res. All right. Well, don't blow your ults before Mercy reses, or kill her first if you can.
bait it.
Um, Also, and also it's your ult economy. Okay, do you have trance? Okay, you probably need to wait till they pop visor to pull that out, or graviton. Do you need to use trance as an initiator, or do you as a reactive ult? But that's a lot of communication. It's okay. I have trance for this next fight. I'm gonna wait, and I'll tell them all. I'm gonna wait until they pop that ult. Um, yeah, there's just a lot of communication. It's communicating where the enemy's positions. Genji behind is really easy to call out, but no one does it.
Precisely. Now, where you could take it the step further is, ult pairing is the very basic step one of communication and teamwork. Where you go beyond that is when you pick characters who synergize passively without ults. So if I pick Genji and you pick Tracer, the scenarios that we could have together working together is really good. Whereas having a, I don't know, soldier and a Pharah is very kind of disconnect in a way.
Right.
So um, because this is where meta start to come in. Dive comp is built all around passive synergy, where Winston's diving in and distracting them. While he's distracting them, Genji's going for Mercy. While Mercy's under attack, Zarya's moving in. Things like that nature. So when you pick a character, think who do you pair well with? That's really the lesson here. So if I'm going flanker, maybe you should go flanker. If we're going flanker, maybe he should go Winston.
Yeah.
If Winston's our tank, maybe we should have Zenyatta Lucio instead of Anna. Things of that nature. So yeah, ult economy.
Yeah. But that just never happens. Down in gold. It really doesn't. It's more of a I want to play this character. Okay, well, we don't really need that character. I mean, that's a fine pick. I like Torbjorn, but sometimes he's not viable. Most of the time, he's not viable. Poor thing. Uh, Symmetra on offense, yeah, usually doesn't work. I've seen it work. It's a lot of fun when it works, but it's usually because you have a lot of people on the team that are playing well together, and you might be very skilled at Symmetra, but typically that doesn't work. Um, yeah, no, I completely agree.
Just something for
Okay.
people to keep in mind.
So
Just
yeah, I've been keeping notes. This is something I actually started it last season, but didn't do it fully. But I've done it 100% this season. Is I downloaded a log from Reddit one of the Overwatch subreddits there, and it kind of keeps track of each game that you play. Because the online services, they can keep track of your stats, but they don't keep track of your win and losses, like an actual game log. So I'm doing that now through Excel, and there's a little space afterwards to kind of keep notes. And I usually just put a little, okay, we kicked their butts, we had a really good team, or our team didn't mesh well, no one picked good characters, and we just didn't really gel. Or it was a close game. The other team was just a little bit better. Those are typically what I write down. Occasionally, you'll get we had a player. They had a player that was completely carrying the team. Let me see what else I usually write down. Here's a win. Tanks played very well. Our two main healers kept them alive, which is really, really funny. You get someone playing Anna or Mercy, and they don't stick with their tanks. I mean, you've got to have them healing your tanks with the most health and keep them alive so they can actually do their job as tanking. Team meshed well. The other team was better. Close game, played well at the end. We won despite not a good comp. Had a few positive people on the mic, which helped. Which if you get one positive person can really help the team play well. You compliment someone else, they want to play better. They really do. So that's been a lot of fun this season, kind of just writing it down.
That sounds like an awesome idea. I have never thought of that. Keep a nice record.
Yep. You also keep record of who you play with, and then put notes like never playing with this person again.
I just immediately block them afterwards, like, no. But yeah, well, awesome. It's been great having you on the show, Mr. Mirror Bright.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you again in later episodes. But for now, we'll bid the audience adieu. It's been an honor and a pleasure. So, do you have anything that you want to say before we leave?
No, I just need to play some more Overwatch.
Yeah, same. Double XP, we got to go. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, guys. We'll catch you next episode. Later.
Bye.